And you don't have to accept that what happened is okay, or what's happening is okay. It may never be okay. But what we accept is that it is what it is. It's the beginning. In Buddhism, you have the Four Noble Truths, right? The first one is that suffering happens. And the first phase of the Eightfold Path, which is the fourth one of the Noble Truths, is right views. And that's what contemplative life is. It's about coming into the truth of what is. Like, okay, yes, I will sit right here in reality. This is what is. That's acceptance. Doesn't mean you're not supposed to do something about it. If there's injustice, we are required to do what we can to alleviate suffering in this world. But first, we have to start with a clear-eyed, yes, this is what is. It's accepting the amputation, not expecting the limb to magically grow back, but finding a new center of gravity to navigate this world. Because we died when our loved one died, or whatever our significant losses may be. That's a new reality. And we show up for that. I'm going to read you a poem by Linda Pastan called The 5 Stages of Grief. How are you doing? Okay. It's fun, huh? The night I lost you, someone pointed me toward the 5 stages of grief. The night I lost you, someone pointed me toward the 5 stages of grief. Go that way, they said. It's easy, like learning to climb stairs after the amputation. And so I climbed. Denial was first. I sat down at breakfast, carefully setting the table for 2. I passed you the toast. You sat there. I passed you the paper. You hid behind it. Anger seemed more familiar. I burned the toast, snatched the paper, and read the headlines myself. But they mentioned your departure. And so I moved on to bargaining. What could I exchange for you? The silence after storms, my typing fingers. Before I could decide, depression came puffing up, a poor relation, its suitcase tied together with string. In the suitcase were bandages for the eyes and bottles of sleep. I slid all the way down the stairs, feeling nothing. And all the time, hope flashed on and off in defective neon. Hope was a signpost pointing straight in the air. Hope was my uncle's middle name. He died of it. After a year, I am still climbing, though my feet slip on your stone face. The tree line has long since disappeared. Green is a color I have forgotten. But now I see what I am climbing towards, acceptance, written in capital letters, a special headline, acceptance. Its name is in lights. I struggle on, waving and shouting. Below, my whole life spreads its surf, all the landscapes I've ever known or dreamed of. Below, a fish jumps, the pulse in your neck. Acceptance. I finally reach it. But something is wrong. Grief is a circular staircase. I have lost you. Grief is a circular staircase. I have lost you. So acceptance maybe is just, I have lost you. I get it. And so I'm interested in the connection between loss and longing for God, between personal grief and the soul's yearning for union with the source of all love. The connection between sorrowing for the pain of the world and opening, allowing our hearts to break open and shatter and become boundless containers of compassion. To not look upon the world as some broken thing that needs to be engineered and in a mechanistic fashion repaired, but to allow ourselves to fully take in the pain of the world first. This is the way of the feminine, that the mother gathers the child into her arms and leans in to find out what pain the child brings. So I'm inviting us to fully inhabit our mother heart, whether we're women or men, and to meet the world with that boundless, unconditional love first, and from that place respond.